Imagine this. You feel tired, a bit dizzy, your joints ache more than usual, and your memory just isn't as sharp. You might blame it on aging. But what if the real culprit is something as simple as dehydration? Studies show that over 60% of seniors don't drink enough water daily. That's right, just plain old water. And the consequences? They go far beyond thirst. In the next 20 minutes, we're uncovering what dehydration is really doing to your body after 60, how it sneaks up on you without warning, and the simple, natural ways to stay hydrated without chugging gallons of water. Stick around, because these tips might just help you feel younger, sharper, and more energized starting today. As we age, our body's ability to sense thirst diminishes. That means by the time you feel thirsty, you're likely already mildly dehydrated. Add in medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, and it gets worse. Your kidneys aren't as efficient. Your skin doesn't retain moisture as well. Even your digestive system depends on proper hydration. The result? Seniors are more vulnerable to the silent side effects of dehydration. Things like low blood pressure, confusion, constipation, UTIs, and even an increased risk of falls due to poor balance. And it doesn't help that we often drink less to avoid frequent nighttime urination, which creates a dangerous cycle. Hydration isn't just about drinking more. It's about drinking smarter, understanding your body's changing needs, and making water a part of your daily wellness strategy. This video will break it down in a simple, science-backed way so you can take control of your health without overthinking it. Because the truth is, small changes in your hydration habits can lead to big improvements in how you feel and function mentally, physically, and emotionally. You might think dehydration only shows up as thirst or dry mouth. But in seniors, it's often far more subtle and much more dangerous. One of the most overlooked symptoms? Fatigue. If you're constantly feeling drained, even after a good night's sleep, dehydration could be the missing piece. Water is essential for every cellular process. Without enough, your body simply can't generate energy efficiently. Next up, brain fog. That forgetfulness or trouble concentrating. It's not always a senior moment. Mild dehydration can reduce blood flow to the brain, impairing cognitive function and memory. In fact, even a 1 to 2% loss in body water can affect mental performance. If you've been misplacing things, struggling to find the right words, or feeling mentally sluggish, hydration could be a game changer. Muscle cramps and joint pain are another sign. Water helps lubricate joints and transport nutrients to muscles. Without enough fluid, you may feel stiff, sore, or experience sudden cramping, especially at night. Constipation is a big one. A well-hydrated digestive tract keeps things moving smoothly. Dehydration slows the entire system down, leading to discomfort and straining. And here's something most people don't expect: mood changes. Dehydration can make you irritable, anxious, or even depressed. That's because it impacts hormone balance and neurotransmitter function. So if you felt unusually emotional or down, don't underestimate the power of a simple glass of water. Lastly, let's talk balance. Mild dehydration can cause low blood pressure and dizziness when standing up, two major risk factors for falls. That's one of the reasons why staying hydrated is so crucial for maintaining independence and avoiding hospitalization. These symptoms are sneaky. They often show up gradually and can easily be blamed on age, medications, or just one of those days. But if several of these signs sound familiar, it's time to take a closer look at how much and what you're drinking every day. You've heard the advice, 8 glasses a day. But is that really enough or even accurate for seniors? Let's break it down. After 60, your body composition changes. You have less muscle mass, which holds water, and more fat tissue, which doesn't. This means your hydration needs don't just depend on size. They depend on metabolism, activity level, diet, medications, and environment. According to the National Academies of Sciences, older women should aim for about 2.7 liters, 91 ounces, of fluids per day, and older men about 3.7 liters, 125 ounces. But that includes all fluids, soups, teas, fruits, and yes, even that morning coffee. Here's where it gets tricky, because seniors often don't feel thirsty. Waiting until you're parched means you're already behind. Instead, aim for regular, steady hydration throughout the day, before meals, between activities, and yes, even in the evening, but we'll address nighttime bathroom trips shortly. Now, you might be wondering, do I have to carry a water bottle all day? Not necessarily. The key is consistency, not volume at once. Think small sips often, not chugging huge amounts. Also, watch out for dehydration risks hidden in medications. Diuretics, laxatives, certain blood pressure meds, and even some antidepressants can cause you to lose more fluids. If you're taking any of these, your hydration needs may be higher and your dehydration risk greater. But drinking water isn't the only way to stay hydrated. Hydrating foods like cucumbers, watermelon, oranges, strawberries, tomatoes, and even soups or broths can contribute significantly. A cup of strawberries or half a cucumber is about 90 to 95% water. Add those into your meals and snacks, and you'll hydrate without even noticing. And here's something many people miss. Mouth dryness isn't the first or most reliable sign of dehydration. A better early indicator? Urine color. Aim for pale yellow. Dark amber means your body is holding on to water, and you need more. So, how do you make hydration a natural part of your daily life, without obsessing or forcing it? First, start your day with a glass of water. Before coffee. Before breakfast. Overnight, your body loses moisture through breathing and sweating. Replenishing first thing gives your brain and body a boost. Next, pair drinking with routines. For example, 1 glass after brushing your teeth, another during TV commercial breaks, 1 before each meal. These anchors turn hydration into a habit, not a chore. You can also flavor your water with natural add-ins. Lemon slices, mint, berries, or cucumber can make water more appealing, especially if plain water bores you. Just avoid sugary mixes or flavored waters packed with artificial ingredients. Consider keeping a water pitcher in the fridge or a full bottle within reach throughout the day. Out of sight, out of mind. But visible water is a simple visual reminder. If cold water bothers your teeth, try room temperature or warm herbal teas. Chamomile, ginger, or peppermint are all great choices for hydration and digestion. And don't overlook food. Plan meals around high water content vegetables and fruits. A salad with tomatoes, celery, and lettuce, plus a bowl of soup? That's hydration made well. Worried about waking up at night to pee? We'll tackle that next, and how to balance hydration with uninterrupted sleep. One of the biggest reasons older adults avoid drinking water is the fear of nighttime bathroom trips. Waking up multiple times to urinate can disrupt your sleep and increase the risk of falls. So it's understandable, but here's the thing. Cutting back on fluids too early in the day can actually backfire. When you don't hydrate enough throughout the morning and afternoon, your body becomes slightly dehydrated. Then by evening, your natural thirst kicks in, and you may end up drinking more at dinner or after. The result? you still end up waking at night, and your body's been running low on fluids for most of the day. So how do you fix this? Front-load your hydration. Drink most of your fluids in the first 2/3 of your day. That means water with breakfast, a bottle before lunch, and another glass mid-afternoon. Then, in the evening, you can scale back. Still sip, just less. This helps maintain balance without flooding your bladder at bedtime. Also, avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Both are diuretics. They increase urine production and may irritate your bladder. That glass of wine or cup of black tea before bed. It might be the reason you're waking up at 2 a.m. Another tip, elevate your legs in the evening. If fluid builds up in your lower body during the day, lying down at night causes it to redistribute, and that means more urine production. Propping your legs up for 30 to 60 minutes before bed can help your body reabsorb that fluid gradually, reducing nighttime urgency. Lastly, if nighttime urination is frequent, talk to your doctor. It might be related to medication timing, prostate issues, or bladder health. But don't automatically assume drinking less is the solution. It's often about drinking smarter, not less. Chronic dehydration doesn't just make you tired and thirsty. It can lead to real, measurable harm, especially for seniors. Let's start with the kidneys. Your kidneys filter waste from your blood and regulate fluid and electrolyte balance. Without enough water, they can't flush out toxins properly. Over time, this increases your risk for urinary tract infections, kidney stones, and even kidney damage. In fact, dehydration is one of the leading contributors to acute kidney failure in older adults. Next up, the heart. Dehydration thickens your blood and lowers blood volume, which makes your heart work harder. This can lead to higher heart rate and lower blood pressure. If you already have a heart condition or are on medication for blood pressure, dehydration can amplify side effects like dizziness or arrhythmia. And in extreme cases, it can increase your risk of stroke or cardiac arrest. Then there's the brain. Water is vital for maintaining cognitive performance. Chronic low-level dehydration impairs attention, memory, and mood. Some seniors have even been misdiagnosed with early dementia or Alzheimer's, when the real issue was severe dehydration. That's how powerful water is for brain health. Even the digestive system depends on hydration. Without enough water, your intestines can't move waste smoothly. The result? Chronic constipation, bloating, and an increased reliance on laxatives, which, ironically, can worsen dehydration if not balanced with fluid intake. Now, let's look at the skin. Aging already thins and dries the skin, and dehydration only makes it worse. Dry, itchy, flaky skin isn't just uncomfortable. It's more prone to cracks, infections, and delayed wound healing. If you notice that your skin is bruising easily or wounds take longer to heal, hydration could be playing a bigger role than you think. Another issue that's frequently overlooked, joint and muscle pain. Water cushions your joints and supports the cartilage that prevents bones from grinding against each other. When you're dehydrated, inflammation increases, and your joints can become stiff or achy. That knee pain you've been blaming on arthritis? It might feel better with a few extra glasses of water. And let's not forget balance and fall risk. Even mild dehydration can cause lightheadedness, especially when standing up quickly. This orthostatic hypotension can cause dizziness and increase your chances of a dangerous fall, a major concern for anyone over 65. But here's the kicker. Chronic dehydration often flies under the radar. Because symptoms mimic those of aging or other health conditions, doctors may miss it or treat the symptoms instead of the cause. A senior comes in with fatigue, confusion, or a urinary tract infection. They leave with antibiotics or a new medication, but what they really needed was hydration. It's time to shift the mindset. Hydration isn't just a wellness tip. It's a foundational pillar of senior health. It affects every organ, every system, and every day. The good news? These problems are preventable. You don't need fancy supplements or treatments. Just a few glasses of water consistently can help protect your brain, heart, kidneys, and mobility. And for something so simple, the payoff is huge. Water is essential, yes, but sometimes it's not enough on its own. Especially if you're losing more fluids through heat, exercise, illness, or certain medications. You also need to replace electrolytes, minerals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Electrolytes help your muscles contract, your heart beat, and your nerves fire properly. Without them, even if you're drinking plenty of water, you can feel weak, dizzy, or crampy. In fact, overhydration without electrolytes can dilute sodium levels, leading to a dangerous condition called hyponatremia. So how do you balance both? Start by eating a variety of whole foods rich in natural electrolytes, bananas for potassium, leafy greens for magnesium, dairy or fortified alternatives for calcium, and a bit of sea salt for sodium if approved by your doctor. You can also try low-sugar electrolyte drinks, but choose wisely. Avoid ones loaded with artificial sweeteners or colors. Look for options with a balanced profile of electrolytes and fewer than 5 grams of sugar per serving. Another easy option, a homemade hydration drink. Mix water with a pinch of sea salt, a splash of lemon juice, and a teaspoon of honey. It's gentle, hydrating, and nourishing. For seniors who struggle with appetite or fluid intake, adding hydration supplements like electrolyte powders or hydration tablets can make a real difference. Especially during hot weeks. So, what does a smart hydration routine look like in a typical day for someone over 60? Let's break it down with a simple, easy-to-follow plan. Morning. Start your day with 1 full glass of water right after waking up. Your body loses moisture during sleep through breathing and perspiration, even if you don't feel sweaty. This first glass helps wake up your digestive system, flush out overnight toxins, and kickstart your metabolism. With breakfast, drink another half to 1 glass. If you're having coffee or tea, which are mild diuretics, add another glass of water to stay balanced. Mid-morning, around 10 or 11 a.m., sip another glass. This keeps your brain alert and energy levels up. If you're heading outside for errands or a walk, hydrate before you go, not just afterward. Lunchtime, drink a glass of water before your meal. Not only does this help with hydration, but it also supports digestion and may help prevent overeating. Afternoon slump? It's often a sign of dehydration. Skip the extra cup of coffee and grab a glass of cool water. Add lemon or cucumber slices for a refreshing twist. Mid-afternoon, sip another glass, especially if you're taking medications that might be dehydrating, such as blood pressure pills or diuretics. Dinner. Reduce your intake slightly, depending on your nighttime urination issues, but still aim for half a glass to a full glass with dinner. Evening tip. Try herbal tea or a few sips of water if you're thirsty, but avoid drinking too much right before bed. And remember, water doesn't have to be plain. Add herbs, fruit slices, or a splash of juice to make it more enjoyable. Some seniors find that warm water is easier to drink than cold, so find what works for you. If you're managing chronic health conditions, your hydration strategy may need a few tweaks. Diabetics often lose more fluids through frequent urination, especially when blood sugar is high. That means even mild dehydration can sneak up fast. Sip water consistently throughout the day to stay ahead of thirst. People with heart failure or kidney disease may be told to limit fluid intake. In this case, it's not about more water, but smart timing and spacing. Spread your intake evenly and avoid drinking too much all at once. Always follow your doctor's specific guidance here. If you're on multiple medications, ask your doctor or pharmacist which ones affect hydration. Some may increase water loss, others may cause dry mouth. Adjust accordingly and monitor your fluid intake. For those with mobility issues, keep water within reach at all times. Use spill-proof cups, insulated bottles, or straws to make drinking easier and more convenient. Finally, don't ignore your body's signals, even subtle ones like dry mouth, sticky lips, or irritability. They often mean it's time to drink up. Let's bust a few common myths that prevent seniors from drinking enough water. Myth number 1, I don't feel thirsty, so I must be fine. As we age, the thirst mechanism weakens. You might already be mildly dehydrated by the time you feel thirsty. Myth number 2, tea, coffee, or juice counts the same as water. While they contribute to your fluid intake, many of these beverages are diuretics or high in sugar. Use them in moderation. Water should still be your main source. Myth number 3, drinking less prevents nighttime trips to the bathroom. As covered earlier, drinking less throughout the day actually leads to more thirst in the evening, and often more night waking. Myth number 4, too much water is dangerous. While it's possible to overhydrate, most seniors don't drink nearly enough. Unless your doctor has given you strict limits, 6 to 8 cups of fluid per day is safe for most older adults. Don't let myths keep you from something as simple and powerful as water. Small, steady sips are your best friend. Hydration doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't require a chart, an app, or a rigid routine. It just needs to be consistent. Keep a reusable bottle nearby. Set gentle reminders on your phone, or tie drinking water to your daily routines after brushing your teeth, before meals, after walks. Small actions create lasting habits. If plain water doesn't excite you, get creative. Add fresh mint, frozen berries, or a splash of citrus. Try warm herbal teas in cooler months or chilled fruit-infused water in summer. And remember, water is not a luxury, it's your lifeline. It helps you think clearly, move freely, digest smoothly, and stay independent longer. You don't need to wait for symptoms to appear. Staying hydrated now helps prevent future problems, serious ones like falls, confusion, kidney issues, and fatigue. So start today. 1 glass, 1 sip, 1 habit at a time. Because the best thing you can do for your body and brain might just be filling that glass.